Do we have any suspension of disbelief enjoyers in the chat today? Hey fellas, and welcome back to With a Y, and if you don't know, suspension of disbelief is basically the agreement you make with a piece of fiction to ignore the fact that you know it's not real and you're watching a story that's been made up so that you can immerse yourself into the piece of art. You do it when you read a book, when you play video games, basically any piece of fiction you're interacting with. One thing I really like about Deltarune though is it directly interfaces with your suspension of disbelief with the game, and the writing's good that it makes these characters feel all the more real and almost like they're an actual friend of yours after having gotten to spend all these years alongside watching them do their thing. That said, it's led to some people having really visceral reactions to other people in the fandom treating characters a certain way. Like this one, for instance. This is a comic that references the weird route from Deltarune, basically the alternative route that's not the equivalent to genocide, but it's the route in the Toby Fox game where you do the evil thing instead of being a nice, good, awesome person. You just emotionally manipulate the fuck out of this teenage girl. And it is something I have sworn off ever doing in my life. I will never touch that route. I will probably only ever do an Undertale genocide route for charity or some shit, and even then, that's a stretch. I just like these characters too much to put them through suffering myself. I'll read angst fanfic somebody else wrote. I'll watch somebody's playthrough of the weird route. I will not be sullying my hands though. None of my save files will get contaminated with that. But that's a decision I made for me. I bought the game so I can interact with it however I feel like. Other people can do as they please, because they also bought the game and can do what they want. Other people do not agree though. Some people out there think you are a bad person if you played the weird route. I'm burying the lead, that's not the whole story. Genuinely, fuck anyone who plays the weird route. Leave Noelle alone. You paid $25 to control Chris, not her. I just like the implication here that listen, you can steal the autonomy and agency of that teenager. Leave this one alone. And the reason this shit is so funny to me is because it's from a December holiday parody account. If you don't know, that is Noelle's sister, so of course she prioritizes her little sister's well-being. When I first saw this, I wasn't sure if it was rage bait or somebody just lashing out, but when I realized the name, I was like, oh, this has to be them acting in character. Sure, the Dreamers and the Holidays grew up together, but at the end of the day, if December's gotta pick between two adolescent children, she's probably gonna pick her sister. Chris, love you, buddy, but you're gonna have to take this on the chin for me. Just let the heart-shaped object do what it needs to and keep it away from Noelle. Thanks. I love how obtuse this person was though when trying to respond to people. I don't know if you were /serious or /J. It scares me. Never mind, you didn't pay for it. You're good. You literally opened fountains. Yeah, and they're cool as fuck. It's not my fault she is the key to make a change. They told me my decisions didn't matter, so I made them someone else's decision. What if I buy 2 copies of Deltarune? That is the sacrifice you have to make. You're allowed to do the evil thing if you spend $50 instead of just the 25. I just love how obtuse this person is because it can be rage bait if you want it to be, or you can fit it into a worldview where this is not a real opinion someone has. It's just somebody RPing an in-game character in character. I will say, the quote tweets, very, very fun. Genuinely fuck anyone who plays the weird freedom motif. Leave Noelle alone, freedom motif. Please listen to me, freedom motif. Just the frustration on that expression, man, and I have no idea where this image comes from. The amount of artifacting makes it seem like it's been around for a while. What the fuck is this, dude? When this was on my timeline, I busted a gasket and I had to stop scrolling for 30 seconds because this genuinely took it out of me. Trollface Frisk. A hell of a combo there. I don't know. Here's the culmination of what we've been talking about in the last few Deltarune videos on this channel. Don't care, I'm evil maxing, Kara did it, not me. Just over and over again, man. Chris watching me get the most out of my $25. This isn't about the money, man. I'm not trying to maximize the bang for my buck. I'm just evil. That said, if there are people who genuinely think you're a bad person for playing the weird route, it's almost like the community is healing. Fans of a Toby Fox game hating on you for playing a route they don't like. It's like coming home. It reminds me of the childhood I didn't have. If you guys don't know, back in the day, there was a contingent of Deltarune fans who did not think that anybody ever should play the genocide route. I think it got so bad at one point that Markiplier quit his playthrough of that route 2 episodes in. So the idea that it's circling back around in a more meta way this time, it's almost heartwarming that some things never change. It makes me feel a little less like I completely missed the Undertale train and more and instead appreciate the fact that I get to be around for this one. That said, some of these people aren't just playing a game and engaging with media. I do not get my money's worth. I do not want to see what happens. I do the weird route because I am evil. And if I get bored, I'll do it again. Like, holy shit, man. Even like Kara has some shit to say if you do the genocide route twice. There was like a particular piece of dialogue in the genocide route I saw making the rounds here. I don't know if this person just didn't realize that this was a December holiday parody account. I think there's something funny about criticizing the people who played the weird route while knowing its content because you're exactly the kind of people Flowey criticizes in his genocide monologue. You decided to watch what happened in the weird route. It's you, not them, you. Well, the person decided to upload the video for my viewing consumption, man. It already existed whether I saw it or not. I remember when I was watching a playthrough and this dialogue came up for the first time, I was genuinely cracking up. I was like, oh, he's talking about me! Like, I got excited like I was being recognized by a musician I really liked at a concert. At least we're better than those sickos that stand around and watch it happen. Those pathetic people that want to see it but are too weak to do it themselves. I bet someone like that's watching right now, aren't they? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's, yeah, partially because I don't want to put the characters I like through that by my own hand. I am admittedly a pussy. But also I was like watching in the background while I did laundry, so it was kind of like I couldn't dedicate my hands to playing the game and doing chores at the same time. I was min-maxing time, brother. What do you want? It wasn't all cowardice. Some of it was convenience. Now, at the end of the day, it's a fake video game character, and it's Flowey of all people, not exactly my moral compass. Call me crazy, but personally, I don't think Flowey's opinion of me is very reliable. He is, in fact, one of the more accurate and aware characters. I don't care. He's got no bearing on my life. He's stuck inside the two-dimensional plane, idiot. I like that this tweet also acted as a catalyst for a lot of people to play the weird route for the first time. Oh, I'm definitely playing the weird route next. Shout out Heartbreak Juan. They are currently one of my favorite Deltarune artists, and they just keep putting out heat. They made that Asriel versus Death Smashing Fighters comic. If you haven't seen it, it's incredible. I highly recommend checking their shit out. But they like just said something that really changed my whole perspective on this. Maybe bait can be believable. If this is rage bait, it's some of the most finely crafted stuff I've seen because it's set up in such a way that it can conform to whatever your internal explanation is, and you'll fill in the blanks whether that was the actual intention or not. Is it rage bait? Well, it can serve as that. Is it like a parody count where somebody's playing in character? Fits as that too. It's just great stuff, man. You don't see craftsmanship like this very often. I paid $25 to be evil as shit. I just like to imagine this hypothetical person who has never played the normal Deltarune storyline. They played chapter 1 and then they immediately decided I'm only doing the weird route. The normal chapter 2 is just way too long. I don't want to spend that much time playing the game. The weird route's just more efficient. It cuts down the runtime to like 2.5 hours. Why wouldn't I do that, man? You have other people just going, fuck Noel. Just straight up vindictiveness. It's like, I wasn't even gonna play the weird route, but specifically because you wanted me to stop to leave Noelle alone, I'm just gonna torture her. I love the implication that it's morally okay to control Chris because you paid to. If the game was $50, it would be more than okay because you paid for both of their free wills. Still like the reading that Chris is an acceptable sacrifice in this context. Don't touch Noelle, but you can kill the fucking human child. Why not? They're like a dime a dozen. There's at least 3 non-binary ones in this franchise. Thank God I saw the parody tag and couldn't bear to live in a world where this is an actual take. Dude, even if this was real, it would be like an isolated incident that I've only like seen occur at this point in time. It was so much worse a decade ago, man. Ask anybody who was around for it. Girl, proceed. I just like the word proceed being turned into Deltarune brain rot. It's like, if you don't stop fucking talking, man, I am hitting that proceed button prompt as many times as it takes. Equip that shit now. Kara paid the $25. I didn't do shit. Blame them. Let's pull the irony filter back a little bit and try and see how we can turn this into a hope core sort of deal. The fact Toby has managed to make people feel such visceral emotions about fictional characters is amazing. He will go down as one of the most beloved and remembered writers in history. Listen, I'm not gonna make any big, like, grand statements of how Toby's legacy will be remembered, at least until Deltarune is done. I'm not saying I even, like, disagree. He, like, has some of the most compelling character work I've ever seen in media. But, you know, saying, like, really broad shit like that is it's a bit much, and it's, like, also, I don't know, I just try to refrain from that language anywhere but inside my brain too much. I like this justification for playing the weird route. Snowgrave is funny. Fuck you. It's like going to a stand-up comedy set, man. I don't care how much you hate me for it. I also like the idea that if you don't play weird route, it's actually because you're a wuss. If you don't do the most evil, depraved option in a video game, you're a pussy gay loser. What, are you scared? You don't want to hurt these characters you've gotten emotionally attached to? What a wimp, guys. I can't imagine a friend group that, like, just genuinely peer pressures someone into doing the weird route. Everybody's doing it, man. It's the cool thing. Stop being such a wuss. Gen Z is trying to cancel the weird route? Yeah, I don't even remember like that millennial ladies parody song. I'm not even gonna try. If you die in Deltarune, you die in real life. This is true, actually. And it really just does come down to one core tenet. If you guys are trying to provoke the same reactions that this initial tweet got, there is a very tried and true method that I'm pretty sure just is going to continue to prove itself to be correct as time goes on. Infinite rage bait farm. Just act like a 2016 Tumblr user. It's that simple. That's all I got. That kwytebox email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss off.